Hello 7pad users, welcome to this 7pad 2.5 getting started tutorial. This is a part 2 and I will show you now the scales editing and the scales tools to learn or play scales with 7pad. So if you've seen the first part, it was about the chords, so I will start here from the Silurian progression I have just recorded. It's an easy one because you got the Silurian 4-note chords here, 4-note scale, and I just changed these two chords with 3-note chords, major ones. Okay, so I will store this in. With that, I got the backtrack player. I made a little drums and bass arrangement for it to less monotony playing the scales. So you can see the backtrack player in 7pad by just long pressing the conductor icon here. And when you long press, you have the backtrack player. You can open any song on your device, or you can, if you long press here, you can just go to the 7pad website and it will propose you some sheets with some loops in it. You can download them. Okay, and play with 7pad. Okay, it's an homemade here. I just made this one, and I will now just synchronize it with the same BPM, which is 80 here, same tempo. Okay, and now to play in sync with the chords, you need to long press the backtrack player play button here. So I will do that, and as you can see, the audio and the chord progression starts immediately in sync. Okay, when you got that, it's better to play scales on it. So the scale player, you can access it by playing the piano here, or by clicking the piano icon on the left. Okay, when you're here, you got the piano view here, and you can change the layout like traditional keyboard or one row. You can of course play all the notes or play only the scale part of it. Okay, you can play the finger velocity. Here, velocity increase when you go upper and decrease when you go down. Okay, you can change the color mode if you want to colorize it on the color scale of the scale in 7pad. Interval colors. Okay, and then as you can see, you got the change here in the scales. The change appears each time you reach the first chord of the progressions here, or each time you loop it. So if you want to change, you just have to enable this button. If you disable it, it will not change. Now it will stay only arpeggio all the time. If I enable it, it will change on the first chord, and it will follow the forward scales. The forward scale is accessible here in the scales part of it. Okay, you get the scale editor here. You get click the scale name in the triangle here, and you got here at the up you got the stars, which are the forward scales. If you want to add to forward scale, you just select the scale and long press it. It will add it. If you want to remove, you long press again and it will be removed. You can filter the forward scale. Okay, so as it's filter, you can change only on the forward scale here. If you don't filter, all scales in your big list of scales. Okay. So that's one thing you can, if you want to play guitar on it, and you got here, for instance, the arpeggio following and the Sidorian scale on guitar here, so you can follow as you play. But if you start like me playing keyboard, you will find that tempo is too high, so you can just stop the progression. And now I will go to learn mode. So when you're in learn mode, you can switch the chords here, or just by typing them with a finger. Now try to find them on your keyboard. And now learn them this way. B flat. Now the F. Okay, and you got the idea. You can learn chords and scales here easily. Now I will show you something special to 2.5 version, which is you can learn from any controller the various remote controls to 7 pads. So I will change from the keyboard to this controller upstairs, which send MIDI-CC. It will work with a pedal board or anything which send MIDI-CC or program change. Okay, so you can just select the 7 pad to control here. And now if you go to the piano view here, I will switch back to the other view, and I will now put that down because you can see what I do. If you got, when it's plugged, you got here the remote control icon on the upper right of the piano view. Okay, if you click it, you get the mapping input functions to 7 pad functions. So for instance, I got the pref chords here. I can just switch the value here and it will record the value, or I can learn the value. I will long press the button, it becomes blue, and now I just press on my controller. For instance, I will press this one on left now. Okay, and as you can see, it has learned the value. You can do the same for all the controllable functions here. And now, as you can see, when I play the buttons of my controller, I play the chords, for instance, I can switch the latch mode. No, I just have to, I don't have to press the chord for a long time. Okay. And if I go to the piano view, I can change the scales. And it will follow the filter. Yeah. So if I want to filter the scale, now I will switch between three favorite scales. Okay. So sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I will play the chords. Okay, that's all for the scales playing part. Thank you for watching. Next time I will show you some DAW features with 7-pad, so you can take full control of your DAW, like you have a VST plugin using the same chords and scales functions of 7-pad. So see you next, and thank you for watching.